I just came back from the movie theater from an unusual Sunday because I figured why freaking not? It's my day off, which is pretty rare on a Sunday because normally on Sundays I'll be at work and I wouldn't be able to do anything. But today I decided to spend that time off and decided to watch K-pop Demon Hunters. And I'm not gonna lie when I say this. K-pop Demon Hunters was definitely one of those films that prior when this came out, I didn't bother checking out when it first came out at all back in June of this year. And the reason being because I felt like it just wasn't speaking to me. Like I feel like I'm not the target audience for this. So why would I bother watching this film, especially given that the trailer felt a little bit underwhelming in my opinion and again, I believe me when I say I didn't want to watch it, but after meeting with some friends from a few weeks back, they told me and convinced me to like go watch it, go watch K-pop Demon Hunters because it's amazing. It is groundbreaking, and groundbreaking is pretty understated. I'll say that much right now. So, like I said, finished the movie, watched it, and overall, it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty shocked that this film exceeded my expectations, even though my expectations were exponentially low, because I just want to get out of the way the complaints and my issues with this film. And the issue that I've stated when I first talked about this with my friends and many people alike is the animation. Holy, the animation does not look smooth. I'm sorry if you think that the animation this time around is really good. I'm not talking like 3D shitty CGI animation. That's not to say that it's like the worst CGI animation I've seen, but the animation for some reason feels like it's lagging. Like there are moments when the characters interact, when they talk, especially when there's like a fight sequence rolling around, where it feels like it's lagging on purpose. Where it doesn't like connect half the time, and it really just sticks as like a sore thumb from beginning to the very end of this film. And look, I'm sorry if I'm going so hard in the animation, but that was like one of the main reasons why I didn't want to watch it, because I was like, why would I want to watch something where the animation is clearly not up to par? So yeah, unfortunately, while the character designs are really great, I love the world launch, the color design is amazing, the animation, I really think they should have brushed up a little bit more on, because personally it felt so jagged, it felt laggy half the time. This was like a claymation animation. That's excusable, that's understandable, right? Like if we're talking like a Wallace and Gromit type of shit, then that's fine. But this is so clear cut and dry, like man, why is the animation so weirdly lagging behind? But yeah, enough yapping about the animation. um Another issue I have about this film, which I'll get into as I talk more deeper about it, is the humor. I think the humor for this film just doesn't work for me. And look, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think the humor for this film just did not connect to me. And again, maybe it's just not for me. I'm not the target audience. This is clearly for like a younger demographic, because when I went to the movie theaters today, I was in a group full of like families and young people, and because this was like a sing along version of the film that came out today, a lot of kids and family members were surprisingly singing along to all the songs, and I loved that. It was really great. Every song in this film really did slap ass big time, and slapping ass in a positive way, to be exact. And every song in this film was really good. I can see why this film was also meme-fied the fuck a lot with the whole couch, couch, couch meme, and I was wondering what the fuck was that from, and now I know why. It's like, oh, I see why now. So, yeah, K-pop Demon Hunters. The premise of this movie is pretty simplistic as it gets, where it's a group of demon hunters that is a K-pop group, and their main goal is to basically sing their songs, let their voice be heard, so that they can seal off the demons that's in a different realm in a different universe, and make sure they don't escape to take over the human universe. And they've been doing this for generations. First by conjuring up a spell, to the point that it went from a spell to songs and hit singles, and now in the modern day and age, K-pop groups. And throughout this movie, we see our three main protagonists with Rumi and Mira and and the other demon. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I don't recognize the names of the main characters, but basically, our main characters go through this motion, making sure that once they drop this final song, with which is golden, they're going to finally seal away the demons, and we'll never have to worry about them ever again. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, we have a new boy K-pop group that pops out of nowhere, and turns out these are actual demons in disguise, and their main goal is to make sure that they weaken the K-pop demon hunters so that they can release their demon lord and the demons and collect everyone's soul and take over the human world. And throughout this whole movie in general, we see like Rumi and the main demon hunter in general with Jinu, where both of them are at odds with each other first to the point where they started to have a connection with each other because of what Rumi secretly possesses and why she covers herself up so much in the first place. And again, I don't know if I should go into spoilers because personally, I don't know if everyone I know has watched this film, so I'm trying to tippy toe it as much as I can. But the premise and where the characters connect and how they interact with each other, I thought was really good. I thought it was well executed. The voice acting in this film is incredible, and I think they everyone put in their best foot forward on this. So I guess in a way, I really did come out some really liking it until we got to the ending. So, big spoilers. Big spoilers about the ending. Okay. So, in the ending of the film, we get into like this final climactic battle where Jinu and Rumi and everyone is like fighting once and for all. Now that Rumi figured who she truly is, able to accept herself, they go on a bit of a fighting rampage to finally beat the big demon lord because he basically took over everyone. He took over the entire world and he's so close. And during this final battle, there's like a beam struggle that comes about where the big demon lord fires a beam at Rumi, and right when Rumi's about to die, Jinu steps in and sacrifices himself. And in the context of the film, I really wish they did Genu much better because prior to like how they were setting him up as like he's the good guy, but he's actually been possessed, and that's why he's the bad guy in the first place. I really wish they did a much more stronger send off for Genu, in my opinion, because while I really did like how he sacrificed himself for the greater good so that everyone in the world is saved, I just wish that his ending wasn't so abrupt and so sudden. I also thought that like his backstory as to, like why he became a demon and why he sold his soul to the demons, I just kind of felt it wasn't explained more further in a way. I get that this is like a movie that's meant for kids and a younger demographic. I understand that. I just wish there was a little bit more explanation to why Genu became the way he is in a way. Because I just felt like it wasn't fully fleshed out in the sort of way. But either way, I mean, everyone brought their A game on, and at the end, like, I thought that despite the fact that the ending was a little questionable and it ended on like a bit of like a okay, we did it, we beat the demons and everyone's celebrating, and we didn't get like a little bit of a post credit type of scene. Again, I could be wrong because I don't know, but enough yapping. I'm going a little bit off tangent at this point. This movie's really good. I think this is really good. I do not, however, think that this is a Rotten Tomatoes 97% score rating. That is way too high, especially given how ridiculous the modern day and age is now when they're praising the fuck out of movies. 97% for K-pop Demon Hunters is pretty ridiculously high. I think that, in my opinion, this movie is like a really pretty good, pretty decent movie. I think that this is for like if you really love K-pop, if you really love like a casual animated film to just have fun, sit back, relax. I think this is a movie for you. And overall, I had a fun time watching it, surprisingly. And look, I think if I'm gonna rate this because 97% Rotten Tomatoes is ridiculous, I give it like a 7 out of 10, like a light 7 out of 10. It's really good. So yeah, overall, K-pop Demon Hunters definitely worth the watch. Surprisingly, despite some of the shortcomings I explained. And yeah, I just want to talk about it because I just came back and I wanted to talk about it. So I'll see you on the next one. Later.